Okay, so today I will discuss some results of Kirby-Bauer test, that is from lesson 7. So now just closely see what are the effects of antibiotics. Can you see, like, this one is penicillin? You can see that it is making a clear zone of inhibition around the tablet. And then this one is novomycin. I don't know whether you can see the novomycin clearly. I'm trying to focus it more on this one. So it has made a zone of inhibition, but it is not much bigger like the penicillin. Now if we look at gentamicin, see how bigger the zone of inhibition is. Can you see that? So I am going to measure the zone of inhibition. So what we have to measure? We have to measure the diameter. Now let me first start with the smaller one. As I can see from here that if I take it, the zone of inhibition from one end to the other through the center of the tablet, I can see it is 10 and then 3, you can say 13 millimeter. So I'm taking the diameter of novomycin for my bacteria. So it is 13 millimeter zone of inhibition. Okay. Now this is novomycin. So make a chart nicely like this. These are all antibiotics. Okay. So the next one I'm going to measure is penicillin. So I'm not going to measure in this way because it is merging over here. So I'm going to measure in a way where I can see the entire diameter nicely. So over here, if I take from one end of the circle, that is from the perimeter, here I can see it is 10 point over here, 10 and then 5 and then 2. It is about 17. So I'm measuring from this end to this end. Okay. So for penicillin, it is bigger than novomycin, 17 millimeter. Now let me mark the novomycin, which I did not mark. You can understand that it is how small. See, I'm marking the two end of the diameter. Okay. Now for the gentamicin. So it is difficult to measure from this part. Maybe if the agar plate was bigger, then I can see the circle, the periphery. But since I cannot see it, my best way of doing is that let us take that I told you. Let us take the radius measurement. So from here, I'm going to measure this. So let me see from the center how much it is. So it looks like it is again about it looks like about 13. The radius is 13, and so for gentamicin, I got the radius 13 since it is radius. So I will go for 13 times 2, which is 26 millimeter, because I'm taking the diameter measurement and that is in millimeter I'm taking. Okay, so the biggest one is gentamicin. Now there is something to show you that let me erase the line between, so it will be more clear, between penicillin and gentamicin, because their zone of inhibition is merging here. Can you see that? That zone of inhibition of the penicillin and the gentamicin is merging. Can you see? It is clear, this portion. So the circle is coming and the circle is like that. So this portion is clear. I'm just erasing it again and showing you that. So this is the synergistic effect. That is, one antibiotic is enhancing the effect of the other antibiotic. That's why probably the gentamicin is affecting or enhancing the effect of the penicillin over here. That's why we can see that this area is that synergistic effect of the two antibiotics. So we discussed this today in the lecture, and I didn't realize, I didn't dream that I will get this in my experiment. Okay, so what we do actually in the lab, when we get this diameter, we have a chart. So I will post that chart. According to that chart and according to the type of bacteria ideal, if it is Staphylococcus, I'm just giving you an example, arbitrary, then I will look for that which diameter to which diameter range is like telling that this bacteria, Staphylococcus, is susceptible sensitive to which antibiotic, or Staphylococcus is resistant to which antibiotic. So there is a range. Suppose if the range says that if the diameter is less than 5 millimeter, then it is the bacteria is resistant. So like that we do. If it is seen that the diameter is like more than 5 and then it ranges to 14, then 14 millimeter, then that bacteria is like mediumly sensitive. So that is called intermediate. And when the antibiotic can make a zone of inhibition that is greater than 15, then we say that bacteria is susceptible to particular antibiotic. So we say not susceptible, I should say sensitive. So there are three categories: resistant, intermediate, sensitive. So this is how we classify the antibiotics, and then we decide which one should be used for a particular bacteria. Okay, so I will post that chart and you can look at that. Okay, then done the observation of the Kirby-Bauer test. Thank you.